Do you know anything about these 50,000 supposed poll watchers the Republicans are going to be fielding in November to supposedly stop the scourge of fraudulent voting, which generally does not exist? There is almost no examples of it in the United States. Who are these people, and what do you think? How do you think they'll be deployed by the Republicans?
Sure. So we know that according to the Heritage Foundation, the most aggressive purveyor of this false notion of voter fraud, there were 1,300 cases overall in federal elections between 2000 and 2020. That's out of more than 600 million ballots cast. So first of all, if it did exist, it had no effect. But by and large, these are often mistakes as opposed to people doing something intentionally bad. But what we do know is in 1981, the Republican National Committee hired off-duty officers to walk around with armbands, walkie-talkies, and firearms and go to black and brown precincts to convince people that if they voted, they were being monitored, to kind of nudge them out of line. That worked. It worked so effectively, they were put under a federal order not to participate in voter security or ballot security for 40 years. In 2017, that was lifted. And what that means is that in 2020, it's the first election where Republicans can mix hard and soft dollars, meaning all the money that they can get their hands on, to do voter suppression and voter intimidation. Those 50,000 volunteers are going to be deployed to about 15 states, battleground states like Texas and Georgia, but Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania. If it was a close election, they're going to be there. And we know that they're going to try to hire off-duty officers, off-duty ICE officers. They're going to try to hire people who challenge the legitimacy of voters and who try to scare them into leaving. And because this is an election where we're going to have a lot of first-time voters, people who don't know the laws, and as you said earlier, the laws differ in every single state. If someone who looks official tells you you might be in trouble if you vote, there are a lot of people who are going to get scared and walk away. That's what the Republicans are counting on, and that's why we're working so hard to push back and make sure people know their rights and show up and vote and stay in line.